Shout out to SFJ Nation. I hope you guys are doing well. I need to go visit Screw and see what everybody else is doing. I've missed so much. Also at Script Work. I hope you guys are doing good. The Evolve, Juice TV. Miss you guys. I know that you guys have been putting out all kinds of content. I can't say the same. Shout out to Swanky Sus. He has been waiting for this. Eminem When I'm Gone and Kill Two Birds with One Stone. Marc has been waiting for this since I've done a live 2 weeks ago. So I get to mark both of them out. No pun intended. Mark it out. When I'm Gone and Swanky. So, yay! I've been putting this off, honestly, because this is one of Eminem's slow songs. I've listened to this maybe 2 or 3 times, the most maybe 5, because it's sad. It's probably gonna make me cry, because I feel this is a song to his daughter. A lot of people get different opinions about it, and you guys know the saying about opinions. Everybody's got one. But this is just way too sad, and it's just very sad. So, here we go.
I remember the first time I came here. It's been a rough 6 years, and I'm just happy to not be that person anymore.
I'm not sure if, well, that's kind of telling, because it would be 7 years, I think, this year that he's been sober. And at that time, he probably really was on, I don't want to speculate. Maybe Jay Green will tell me. Shout out to Jay Green. Somebody will, if he was on drugs at this time. More than likely, he may have gotten hooked or started to get hooked on him. A lot of people judge him on that, and I saw for myself what sleeping medications can do, especially to veterans of war, which he's not a veteran of war, but being away from his daughter on tour and his daughter being everything to him, he started getting dependent on it. At first it became every other night, then it became every night. He couldn't sleep without him. Then it became he started just taking him during the day. And if you're in the medical field, you start to understand that you build a tolerance. The more you drink coffee, all of a sudden you need stronger coffee. So the more you take pain medication, all of a sudden that pain medication doesn't cut the pain, so you have to take stronger medication. That's why they like to really limit what you take. You know, and I'm not a doctor. You guys have to talk to doctors about this, seek medical help, but I'm just, for everybody that says, oh, he's a crazy person who pops pills and blah, 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 well, it started with that. It started with Ambien, being away from his family. And if you guys want to think that he's weak because of that, well, that's the only thing he had in this world that actually really loved him for who he was, so.
And so is my wife. Thank you for letting me do this. That's all I have to share right now.
Is there anyone else who would like to share with us tonight?
Yeah. My name is Marshall. Yeah. It's my life. My own words, I guess.
Have you ever loved someone so much you giving on for? Not the expression, no, literally giving on for.
that I think that whole arm is dedicated to her. He has her face tattooed there of her smiling. And I think says Haley Jade, and it might say Mathers. Haley took her mom's last name, which is Scott, so she can remain somewhat anonymous. Even though she's on Instagram now, she's got 1.6 probably million followers. But in Michigan, there's not paparazzi like there is in Hollywood. Ridiculous. So that's what he means, literally give an arm for. But at the same time, him being a father, and like a lot of fathers out there who would not give their arm for their child, you know, if he had to do anything to protect her, he would.
When they know they're your heart, and you know you are their armor, and you will destroy anyone who would try to harm them.
Arm and harm. I remember reading an article where when M was first starting to come up, especially with Dre, nobody wanted to talk to Eminem. Nobody gave him an inch because everybody was mad at Dre because Dr. Dre put his career on the line, and they looked at Eminem like, great, both of you are gonna sink. And when Eminem started actually putting these raps together, the first two that really made it big, My Name Is and something else, they were really shocked. It took him an hour to do both songs, to write them out, and some of whom Eminem deemed like, oh my god, these are legends, they were very happy, and they were kind of shocked how he was able to bend words to rhyme, words that shouldn't rhyme. I'll see if I can find that article again, because now, like, rappers now are able to do that, where before it was like that arm and harm, where they actually kind of have similar letters, you know, arm, harm, it's actually in the word, but he's making words that that should not rhyme. So I thought that was interesting.
What happens when karma swings right around to bite you, and everything you stand for turns on you to spite you? What happens?
We all know that. Like today, I did everything I could. I tried to get everything out of the way so that I could sit here, peace and quiet, and try to get these vids out of the way, but no matter what, just like karma, you know, my kids weren't feeling well, they wanted all the attention, so they kept coming in here. Despite me being in their bubble, they decided to come in my bubble, even though I said, hey, you know, I'm giving you all this extra attention so you can give me a little bit of space to get this done. So that's what he's saying. Even though he's making all his best effort to give them everything, his family, his wife, his daughter, that he never had, he's looking back, he's reflecting that he's done all this, and for what? He ends up losing them. He feels he ends up letting them down, which he never wanted to do that. You know, Haley is his heart. And at the time, he had married Kim, and then they divorced, and then he remarried her. So he's always going to have love there in some form, in some way for Kim.
When you become the main source of a pain, Daddy, look what I made. Dad's gotta go catch a plane. Daddy, where's mommy? I can't find mommy. Where is she?
So once again, he's just saying, yeah, I'm trying to hustle. I've got to, you know, now I've got to deal with Dr. Dre, and he's stated so many times, did I ever think that I would get the chance to work with the legendary Dr. Dre? Absolutely not. And Dr. Dre has stated when he first heard Eminem's cassette tape, he thought Eminem was black. He had no idea that he was white. And he saw Eminem in a yellow jumpsuit or something, and he said, I thought you looked like a banana. And M hates hearing that. He hates it. He goes, well, I didn't have money like some people, which yeah, it's true. So what can you do? But they have that kind of relationship where they can tell each other stuff. So anyway, back to Haley. She's always wanting him to be there, and he's always telling her, "Well, I gotta go." So now he's looking back, and those are the things, you know. Shout out to Harvey Dent. Can't wait to see Harvey. Wow, on the live.
I don't know, go play, Haley, baby, your daddy's busy. Daddy's writing the song ain't gonna write itself. I'll give you one underdog, and you gotta swing by yourself. Then turn right around in that song and tell her you love her. And put hands on her mother, who's a spitting image of her. That's
And a lot of people dissect his words, and he's even said that. He goes, man, everybody just with a fine-tooth magnifying glass look at all of my lyrics and look at every word that I rhyme. Nobody else, just mine. And I don't know why sometimes my words go together. It's so dumb. Anyway, and just like he's saying, yeah, here I cause Haley so much pain, and I'm not trying to do that. And she looks just like her mom, and here I put hands on her mom. Do I believe that? Maybe he was stopping her. I've read different books that say that he would block her or do this to defend himself. And a lot of what he writes, he said he would have to hype it, because you can't say things like, well, of course I'm not going to hit her back because that would be wrong, or of course, you know, I'm blocking. He's like, how does that sound tough, you know? I'm not excusing anything. I could be completely wrong, but a lot of times he'll throw things in to make sure that it all flows a certain way. So if he has to exaggerate a little bit or under exaggerate, he will do it, whatever it takes to make the whole story flow.
Slim Shady, yeah, baby, Slim Shady's crazy. Shady made me, but tonight Shady's rockabye, baby. And when I'm gone, just carry on, don't mourn, rejoice.
So when he's gone, don't cry, just rejoice and listen to the sound of my voice. So to me, that hook, he's kind of trying, to me, my opinion, he's trying to prepare Haley for when he does pass away, and in maybe a low-key kind of way, preparing all of his fans, you know, not to cry, because, oh my gosh, people will be sad when he goes. Maybe people who hated him or didn't even like him, maybe they'll finally see that he really was special in a way that he helped others. When I don't even know when this song came out, but I do remember there was a brother. I don't remember if it was twins or they're just brothers. One brother went off to war, and just like myself, and this is how come I remember, one brother went to war, one brother stayed. One brother loved Eminem, the other brother couldn't stand him. This was the brother that went to war. This was the song he always sang. Always sang it, when I'm gone, when I'm gone. Well, that brother that went to war died. So the brother that stayed was so overcome with grief, so he got the lyrics tatted on his ribs in remembrance of his brother. And that's how he got through it, through his brother's death, is just going over those lyrics and seeing him there and making him feel comforted. So a lot of people say that they had parents that either were too far involved in alcohol or drugs, and this song made them feel like somebody at least cared about them or knew what they were going through, or they could relate to Haley. So even though a lot of people say they could never relate to his music, he didn't talk about what was going on, you know, in relation to social problems. You have to understand he was all by himself in a predominantly black people as a collective culture. if he were to say anything, he would probably get told a lot. So the best thing he could do is just talk on himself. That's the best thing you can do, is just talk about yourself. And this is what he was going through, and a lot of people, it resonated, whether your skin color was different. You know, nobody has control over what skin color they are. And fortunately, a lot of people that happen to be a different shade than some really good people made some very, very big mistakes.
Every time you hear the sound of my voice, just know that I'm looking down on you, smiling and nodding and feel it, dang. So baby, don't feel no pain, just smile back. And when I'm gone, just carry on, don't mourn, rejoice. Every time you hear the sound of my voice, just know that I'm looking down on you, smiling and nodding and feel it, dang. So baby, don't feel no pain, just smile back.
So he's just basically singing to her, saying, look, just know that I don't feel any pain, just hear the sound of my voice and rejoice, and just, you know that I don't feel any pain, and just smile back. That's got to be hard to, that's just way too hard. I'm not going to think about it, because I will start crying. I don't want to cry.
Having this dream, I'm pushing Haley on the swing. She keeps screaming, she don't want me to sing. You're making mommy cry. Why is mommy crying? Baby daddy ain't leaving no more. Daddy, you're lying. You always say that. You always say this is the last time, but you ain't leaving no more. Daddy, you're mine.
So you can tell this is something that bothers him. Is if he's having dreams about this, it's because he's having to tell Haley to get his way. That's also very well documented, that Haley growing up got her way for everything, from the food to the treats to whatever she wanted. People who tried to babysit Haley or to monitor her, they were quickly replaced or moved to the side, because whatever Haley wanted, literally whatever Haley wanted, she got. And I think that stemmed from Eminem feeling like, God, I wasn't there. Kim wasn't there. I had to go to work. I had to hustle. And he enjoyed his job. He enjoyed it. He worked really hard. When you have a gift, no matter what that gift is, and you bring joy to people, or even hate, you're supposed to embrace it. And he did. So, anyway.
She's piling boxes in front of the door, trying to block it. Daddy, please, daddy, don't leave. Daddy, no, stop it. Goes in the pocket, pulls out a tiny necklace locket. It's got a picture. This'll keep you safe, daddy, take it with you. I look up, it's just me standing in the mirror. These fucking walls must be talking, cause man, I can hear them. They're saying you got one more chance to do right, and it's tonight. Now go out there and show them that you love them, for it's too late. And just as I go to
So basically, Haley's been throwing in his face that you love the fans more than you love us, Dad, and that's tough. That's he's got a very, once you find something you love and you're passionate about and you're actually good at, it does become addicting, because you can't wait to see what everybody's going to say. You can't wait to see how everybody's going to react. Your mind works differently, and you get to meet a lot of your idols. So, but at the same time, that is your only child that you have.
walk out of my bedroom door, it turns to a stage, they're gone, and the spotlight is on, and I'm singing, when I'm gone, just carry on, don't mourn, rejoice. Every time you hear the sound of my voice, just know that I'm looking down on you, smiling, and nodding and feel it, dang. So baby, don't feel no pain, just smile back. And when I'm gone, just carry on, don't mourn, rejoice. Every time you hear the sound of my voice, just know that I'm looking down on you, smiling, and nodding and feel it, dang. So baby, don't feel no pain, just smile back. 60,000 people all jumping out this seat. The curtain closes, they're throwing roses at my feet. I take a bow and thank you all for coming out. They're screaming so loud, I take one last look at the crowd. I glance down, I don't believe what I'm seeing. Daddy, it's me, help mommy, her wrists are bleeding.
I do not know if Kim attempted this more than once. The only time that I knew of Kim doing that to her wrists is when he played Kim at a concert that she attended, which is really cold-blooded, but at the same time, she was really cold-blooded in holding her, actually Eminem and her daughter from him, which is Haley. When she was mad at him and she couldn't go with him on tour, or he didn't give her her way, she would pull that, okay, well, when you go on tour, I'm not going to let you talk to Haley. She kept Haley away from him. So he got her back by getting a blow-up sex doll on stage and proceeded to humiliate that doll. So she got up, humiliated, drove and was crying or drinking or both so hard that she wrecked into like one of those telephone poles. Somehow miraculously made it back to the house, and then she did what she did with her wrists. And so I have no idea if he needed it for this rhyme scheme or if that was another time and that he's referencing right there.
But baby, one Sweden, how did you get to Sweden? I followed you, daddy. You told me that you weren't leaving. You lied to me, dad, and now you made mommy sad. And I bought you this coin. It says #1 dad. That's all I wanted. I just wanna give you this coin. I get the point. Fine, me and mommy are going. But baby, wait, it's too late, dad. You made your choice. Now go out there and show them that you love them more than us. That's what they want. They want you, Marshall. They keep screaming your name. It's no wonder you can't go to sleep. Just take another pill. Yeah, I bet you will. You rap about it. Yeah, word, can keep it real. I hear applause. All this time I couldn't see. How could it be that the curtain is closing on me? I turn around, find a gun on the ground, cock it, put it to my brain, scream die shady and pop it. The sky darkens, my life.
So he thought that if he got rid of Shady, that he would be able to have a normal life. And if you guys know Shady, everybody's favorite person is Shady, not really M. So him getting rid of Shady, that would be a pretty calm kamikaze album. People probably would have loved it. I don't know. So
flashes, the plane that I was supposed to be on crashes and burns to ashes. That's when I wake up, alarm clock's ringing, there's birds singing, it's springing, Haley's outside swinging. I walk right up to Kim and kiss her, tell her I miss her. Haley just smiles and winks at her little sister, almost as if to say, when I'm gone, just carry on, don't mourn, rejoice. Every time you hear the sound of my voice, just know that I'm looking down on you, smiling, and I didn't feel a thing. So baby, don't feel no pain, just smile back.
a lot of people use this imagery here to say that he woke up from a dream because he was referencing a dream earlier, and he's going to try again by sticking around to try to make his family happy. And a lot of people are stating that he's still in a dream because it's already over. Like, he's already ruined it. So I don't know. All I know is, do you guys see how tired I am? Because this was slow. Not that this isn't a dope song. Don't get me wrong. Love M all day long. He's got lyrics for days. But you guys, I promise you, even the doctors think I might have like a tinge or even be partially narcoleptic. And if you don't know what that is, it means I could just fall asleep like within 3 minutes. If I just sit here for 3 to 5 minutes, I'll probably knock out. So I'm not kidding you. Let's see if there's any more bars.
And when I'm gone, just carry on, don't mourn, rejoice. Every time you hear the sound of my voice, just know that I'm looking down on you, smiling, and I didn't feel a thing. So baby, don't feel no pain, just smile back.
I'm so glad you didn't cry.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me share.
I hope you guys liked it. Of course, anything that I'm wrong about, you guys put it in the comments. You guys know so much. And goodbye.